do a separate video for this chapter. Typically, marketing and sales are within the same office, the same area of the hotel, but they serve very different purposes. What do you think the purpose of the marketing department is? What's that? Okay, good. Promotion. So what is our product and how do we get it out in front of people? Okay, so promoting our product, good. What else? Okay, good. Branding is important. Marketing also are the planners. Okay, marketing makes a plan. What do we want to do? The sales team executes. They execute that plan. So whatever the marketing team kind of develops, then the sales team will take that information to go ahead and execute that marketing plan to kind of achieve the goals of the hotel. Okay. So the sales are the ones who are actually out, well, like we say, pounding the pavement, right? They're the ones that are out making those contacts. They're the ones that are predominantly the ones going to different associations and networking and meeting. The salespeople are the ones who are out doing that. So 4 P's of marketing. Product, okay, good. Product. Promotion. Not people. Place. Price. So almost like profit. So product, promotion, place, and price. Okay. So the 4 P's of marketing. 4 P's of marketing, no matter where you go. If you take a marketing class, you're going to see the 4 P's of marketing. Okay. Now we have to figure out how do those 4 P's of marketing apply to our industry, right? Talk about Kate, who was just here with Presidian. She has a background in marketing. She didn't realize that she could take all those things she learned about marketing and just apply it to hospitality. When we think about a salesperson, okay, we think about a salesperson, whether they're a car salesperson, an event venue salesperson, a server at a restaurant is also a salesperson. Our front desk agents at our hotels are also salespeople, right? We have to know what our product is, how to promote it, what's the right place to do that promotion, and then also what price are we also going to be promoting our product as, okay? And so it's important. When I was at at Cheesecake Factory, how many of you have ever been to Cheesecake Factory? Okay. Their menu is a spiral bound, like 24-page book, right? And so as a server, I took it upon myself to realize that my guests could flip through that whole notebook and take an extra 10 minutes at my table. Or if I knew my product as a salesperson, I could go up to them and say, salads are on page 10, sandwiches are on page 11, pizzas on page 12, entrees are on page 14. You know, what are you, and help them, guide them through that menu. So then that reduces the time that they're looking. They order faster, they get out of my chairs, I get somebody else in so I can flip my tables, right? Of course, I do it very nice and politely and collegially, but I still want to get them out of my seat so I can get somebody else in and I can make more money, right? So as a salesperson, it doesn't matter what your product is, you just have to know your product. So sometimes you'll see that in sales in the industry, somebody will go from a hotel sales, and then maybe they'll go to a restaurant. Like Tara was like event sales at the catering manager at Zoka. I have a friend who actually did sales for a restaurant supply company, A Smart here in San Antonio, and now she does sales for a company that provides like the dishes and the glassware. And so she goes out, her job is to go out and seek out new restaurants to become new clients. So she also focuses primarily on new openings. So it's her job to get out and know the culinary scene of San Antonio and to meet the chefs so that when they have a new restaurant concept, the first person they think of is her. And there's like, okay, what products do you have that can help me achieve? Because your dishes, your flatware, your glassware is just as much a part of your experience as the food that is on those items. So as in the marketing and sales, it's important to know these 4 P's of marketing. So when we think about our marketing plan, and this is kind of preparing us to talk about our 2 events that are going to happen this semester, how do we market the information to the different people, right? So it allows us for the marketing plan to not waste time when we're trying to sell. When our salespeople are out there, we don't want them sending the wrong message or saying the wrong message. So the marketing is going to develop that plan. It allows us to identify opportunities that we might need to improve on, right? Because our venue is not perfect. Every venue is going to have its idiosyncrasies. And then also, if we have that plan in place, then at the end of the year or the end of the period, then we can realize how effective was that marketing idea. Because if we had no plan to begin with, then we don't really know how anything to compare with the end result, the actual what happened to what we planned to happen. Okay, so we want to know what our time frame is. We want to develop our objectives and all the action plans for the year, okay, or whatever the period it is. It basically is going to give us our roadmap of our goals and how we want to achieve those things. So first we have to conduct our market research. What is market research?
What's going on already?
Okay. Exactly. So what's happening already? Our competitors, what did you say? Yeah, possibly even what the consumer wants. Maybe the needs have changed. I went to a NACE dinner back in January, and one of the people that was talking about food, and one of the things that people what people really focus on right now is health and wellness. And so having healthy snacks at the breaks in hotels instead of just putting out chips and cookies and brownies, actually having some more intentional things to put out. People are looking for those types of things. So knowing what our customer wants, knowing what our competitors can provide, okay? We also, sorry, I'm going to refer to my textbook for a moment because this is not fresh in my head. Okay, so our marketing research, we're going to do our property analysis. So what is it about us? Our competitor analysis. And then finally the marketplace. So we covered all of those, but just have those actual terms. Okay, property analysis, competitor analysis, and our marketplace analysis. Then we want to figure out who is our target market. Okay, what is a target market? Exactly, who your customer is going to be, because that's going to help us decide how we develop our marketing plan, right? So understanding who our target market is, and then how are we going to position ourselves to be able to get ourselves in front of those people, okay? So identifying our target market. Objectives and action plans is really important because, again, this is that roadmap that we can say, check, we've done this, check, it has not been done, let's follow up on this. As an event planner, I always had notes of things that were going on, right? So I called Miriam, and Miriam's not available, and the person on the phone says, can you call her back on Thursday, right? So as an event planner, I put in my notes, request to call back on Thursday. And so when I get up every day, my first thing at work, I'm going to open up my notes page, see what I've got. Oh, it's Thursday. I need to call Marion back, right? And so if we don't have that kind of constant reminders of things that need to go on, and this objectives and this action plan, then things might go 2 or 3 weeks, or maybe it goes a month, or maybe something slips through the cracks and you don't get that piece of business, right? And so we don't want that to happen, because if we miss a deadline, that client has moved on. I can't call the client and say, hey, I'm so sorry. I was really busy. I couldn't get to you. Can I still have another chance? They probably have already made a decision and moved on with their planning, right? And so it's really important to have these objectives and action plans. And then we want to review and monitor just to make sure things are going okay at the end of the period. As we go through the process, is something that we need to modify and change. All right. So let's talk a little bit about our class projects.